Hello and welcome to Glorious Miniatures. My name's Jolyon, and in today's video we've got another Sunday preview for you. It's the 31st of March 2024. While you're making sure that you've liked and subscribed and indeed hit the bell for notifications, we shall prepare for this week's offering. So, Nightmares, Pyres, and Gnomes. Another Sunday, another preview. Although I didn't do a preview last week because I had a seizure that a couple of days beforehand, so I've been recovering, which is why I've not done any sort of videos recently, so I do apologize. Getting into it though, this week we've got several long-awaited additions to several Warhammer games. Kill Team Nightmare drops, alongside Warcry, Pyre and Flood, as well as a Blood Bowl Gnome team. Everything you see here today will go up for pre-order next Saturday. Okay. Fantastic stuff. Let's scroll down. So we got Kill Team Nightmare. This is the one which has been slightly tempting for me just because I'm currently reading the Night Lords Omnibus. I'm really enjoying that book, and as a result, I did say this one I might give in. I might get this one. Or just wait for these guys to come out separately, but who knows, we'll see. Anyway, so in the blue corner are the Nemesis Claws of the Night Lord's Legion, an infinitely sadistic bunch of raiders, corsairs, and murderers who love nothing more than draping themselves in the flayed skin of anyone who gets in their way. In the glowing green corner are the Drakari Mandrakes, an infinitely sadistic bunch of dimension-hopping shadow beings who love nothing more than draping themselves in the flayed skin of anyone who gets in their way. Sounds evenly matched up to me. I didn't realize they were dimension-hopping shadow beings. That is very interesting. A little look-see at the thing. So we get the two kill teams. It's probably going to tell us exactly how many Space Marines we get there. It looks like 10 off the top, and probably around about 10 mandrakes in total as well. A bit of some cards here, probably some basic instructions and a tiny little bit of scenery. Scroll down. So as you can imagine, their first meeting in a kill zone is going to be bloody. Kill Team Nightmare contains 20 new plastic miniatures in the form of 2 complete kill teams, a new plastic Genitorium hub terrain piece, a 96-page book containing full rules, background, and new scenarios, 2 decks of unique data cards, 2 decks of the other user cards, and 2 token sheets, 1 each for both teams. Fantastic stuff. So here we go. Here is the kill team. I do like these. Honestly, before I started reading this book, the Night Lords I've had no interest in them at all, really. I've been slightly put off by their slightly crazy sort of bat ear things, bat wings going on, but reading this book, I'm really starting to like the Legion, or at least the Legion I'm currently reading about. So this is very tempting for me. And here are the mandrakes. I must say these ones are pretty sweet. I do like these sculpts. I've never painted them. Drakari aren't really my favorite things, but they could be a fun project to paint as well. I guess ultimately price is going to be the driving factor on this, but I'll check out the Element Games link. It's an affiliate link, so obviously I will earn a tiny little bit of money, but it also saves you money and all that sort of stuff, so just bear that in mind. If you would like to help the channel. So next we got Warcry, Pyre and Flood. The battle for the Gnarlwood is no less nasty than the struggles occurring across Beta Decima, as we can see in the latest expansion box for Warcry. That is a pretty sweet bit of scenery right there they do in this box set. I do like the scenery they're getting. The Nighthaunt are determined to set the Gnarlwood aflame as their Pyregeists are unleashed. These malevolent spirits haunt dark places, bringing Nagash's enlightenment in the form of burning death. Fortunately, the Lumineth Fire Brigade is on the case in the form of the Yidrillan Riverblades. I butchered that. Sacred Elementals who defend blessed waterways across the realms. Right, yes, Warcry. I purchased 2 of these, I think 2 or a box of Warcry years ago when it was first released, but I've not really kind of got too much of it since then. They do have some interesting looking sort of kill teams, or Warcry teams, whatever they're called in this particular thing. We can just have a very quick look at them. So the Warcry Pyre and Flood contains 2 complete warbands comprising 18 plastic miniatures alongside an idol of the old ones to add to your battlefields, a 64-page warband tome packed full of backgrounds and rules, 62 cards, split across fighter cards, ability cards, and a full deck of battle plan cards. So, Nighthaunt right here, the ghosty things if you like ghosts. Not quite for me. Unfortunately, Nighthaunt don't really do much for me, although they do fight for Nagash. And then you got the I've already forgotten, Lumineth, the river people right here. Very interesting. What do we have here? We got the Wildercorp Hunters and Gorger Moorpack. I do like the look of these, the hunters. I like the dogs. It reminds me a lot of the sort of witch hunters Moortime thing, mostly because of the dogs. But they're pretty cool. I like the look of these. This particular team. If anything, this one is definitely high on my list. And the other one is these Wild Gorger things. I'm not sure what they are. Hopefully they'll tell us right here. 2 more warbands are venturing back into the Gnarlwood as the Wildercorp Hunters and the Gorger Moorpack, previously available in the Hunter and Hunted box, get solo releases. Each of these sets includes a complete warband, 11 miniatures for the Wildercorp Hunters and 5 for the Gorger Moorpack, and all the fighter cards and ability cards you need to use them in your games of Warcry. You may also deploy units in larger games of Warhammer Age of Sigmar via their free downloadable War Scrolls. So that is a good thing. It has taken, I don't know quite how often these Warcry box sets come out. Is it sort of every 6 months potentially? So waiting 6 months to get one of these does seem quite a long time, unless I've overestimated or underestimated the release schedule, in which case but they're finally getting a release. So this one is tempting, certainly. And also it looks like there's scenery as well. The Ravage Lands. Give your warbands some new scenery to battle over with a pair of Ravage Land sets, each themed around the Gnarlwood and the long-lost Seraphon artifacts that lie within the Blighted region. The Ruined Realm Shaper set includes 10 pieces of scenery, including Gnarlokes, rope bridges, obstacles, and the eponymous Ruined Realm Shaper engine itself. The Ruined Spawning Pool comprises the Starfire Pylon and an idol of Mott's Pelota. Butchered that. Both with platforms built over them to take your games into a 3rd dimension. As I have said, I do like the sort of bits of scenery that are available in these Warcry sets. I do think they're pretty sweet. They've all got this sort of bamboo scaffolding going on and rope bridges. Very nice. I think it was this particular bit I liked the most. I don't really know why. That is that for Warcry. Getting some releases coming up this Saturday. And then we go down to Blood Bowl. The Glimdwaro Groundhogs. Let's have a look at these bad boys. Fantastic. So, obviously I am getting these. Much like the Halflings, I basically have no choice. I have to get these. Obviously there's a Badger, so with a previous name of the channel, I basically have to get one of these and paint it up at some point. They got some foxes. I think there's a goose as well there. And there's a fox. What is this beast right here? Some kind of furry animal. But they look like a lot of fun to paint regardless, and that's all that really matters to me. I don't really play the game. I don't play the game at all, so that's fine. Now is the moment you've all been waiting for, as the game of fantasy football sees the fittest, most athletic, most professional team ever to play in the big leagues take to the field. That's right. The Gnomes are here. Okay, I didn't even realize Gnomes existed in the Warhammer universe, but here we go. I guess this is the beginning. Maybe a Gnome army will soon rise and defeat all. But the Glimdwaro Groundhogs are a collection of mischievous gnomes ready to bring their trickery, guile, and numerous woodland pals to the Blood Bowl pitch. The team includes 14 plastic miniatures, 8 linemen, 2 illusionists, 2 beastmasters, and a choice of a badger or goose companions, badger obviously, and 2 ball-thieving woodland foxes. Aha, they're both foxes, got it. You also get balls and various tokens themed around the gnomes. Fantastic stuff. I love it. Obviously, Spike Journal issue 17 as well. The rules for using your new Gnome team to dominate the leagues are in issue 17 of Spike Journal, as well as a team list. This volume includes a spotlight on the Glimdwara Groundhogs, advice for coaching this unusual team, new star players, Gnome Garden leagues, and a Dungeon Bowl update. All the usual features around the issue, which you'll be able to get in paperback and ebook formats. Okay, fantastic stuff. Gnome team dice, cards, and pitch set as well, right here. Coach your gnomes in style with a range of themed accessories. The Gnome team dice set features 7 blue and red pearlized Blood Bowl dice, and the Gnome team card pack features 44 cards covering your players, star players, new special play cards, and blank cards for keeping track of your players in leagues. The Gnome team pitch and dugouts set includes a double-sided pitch depicting a magical forest in the day and at night, complete with rules for playing on it and a pair of dugouts. Okay then, so I do see that there is a sort of nighttime pitch layout. That's quite different. I guess that's interesting. Sorry, that's a pitch. Whatever this part is. Dugout, I guess. Aha! And here we go. A couple of extras. It's possible that your gnomes might need some help on the pitch if they're to overcome some of the toughest teams out there. And that's where the Gnome Treeman and Rodney Roachbait come in. The Treeman will add some punch to your scrimmage line, while star player Rodney Roachbait uses his trusty fishing rod to hook the ball right out from under the noses of opponents. So here is the Treeman right here. He's got some sort of forearm guard here. Okay, that's good, I guess. And here is Rodney here with a recently deflated ball. I assume this is potentially going to be Forge World resin. And then we can scroll down to here. We got Dwarf. Oh, White Dwarf 499. Look at the color of it. Majestic. April's edition of White Dwarf magazine is packed with 144 pages of awesome Warhammer content. The highlights include new lore and fiction featuring the ancient menace of the Necrons, rules for using 6 Warhammer Underworlds warbands as Bladeborn fighters in Warcry, and new boarding action missions for Warhammer 40,000 that reach into the 4th dimension and twist time as you play it. It also includes all your favourite regular features and more. Besides, you've got Black Library, Death Welder, an Astra Militarum novel by Victoria Hayward. The famed Katchan jungle fighters are never happier than when they're in the midst of deadly battle in an inhospitable environment with little chance of victory. The Katchan 903rd will be ecstatic then in Victoria Hayward's new Warhammer 40,000 novel as they're sent to recover a piece of vital archaeotech from an alien jungle infested with tyrannids. That sounds horrific. Discover how they fare in hardback, ebook, and MP3 audio formats. Okie dokie, fantastic stuff. Followed by Shadow of the 8th. It's a double dose of Astra Militarum action as the Cadians return to battle in Justin D. Hill's latest Minka-esque novel, now coming into paperback. Now a captain of the Cadian 101st, Lesk is sent to discover the fate of the Cadian 8th. Long thought lost in a fall of their homeworld, haunted by the past and beset by the horrors of chaos, can Lesk and her warriors discover the truth? Oh, well. I don't know. I did read the omnibus of hers. It did take me way longer than intended. I don't quite know why it took me so long. I certainly got into it, but I think the first one was a bit of a struggle for me, but maybe this one is going to move on a lot swifter, so maybe I shall be getting this one as well. I do like these books. And we got Cyphus, I'll butcher the name, Hero of the Imperium, and Fall of Cadia Part 2 in German. German readers can also enjoy Tales of the Astra Militarum in this pair of books. Sandy Mitchell's omnibus of 3 Cyphus Kane novels and 3 short stories show the early adventures of the renowned commissar as he navigates regimental politics, inquisitorial interference, and of course, the many enemies he's keen to avoid. Alongside this is a second part of Robert Rath's epic novel detailing the final battle for the fortress world of Cadia. As Abaddon the Despoiler's long-laid schemes come to fruition, the Defenders Acadia face devastation. Both these volumes are available in paperback and ebook. We've got Scions of the Emperor in French as well. French readers can experience 8 tales stretching from the earliest days of the Great Crusade to the eve of the Siege of Terror in this collection of Primarch short stories, each focused on one of the Emperor's demigod sons, showing them in a new light and deepening your understanding of these tragic heroes. This anthology is available in hardback and ebook editions. And we have Space Marine Successor Chapter Short Stories. A week of new short stories will tell tales of a few of the many successor chapters who defend the Imperium from its myriad foes. From a Lamenter's eliminator stalking a lone tyrannid monster to a squad of howling griffins battling behind enemy lines, these stories will immerse you in the lore of 7 chapters. Each tale will be available individually as an ebook, one released each day across the week, and you can subscribe to get all 7 for the price of 6. Ooh. Well, this is tempting. Raptors. Very nice. I do keep getting tempted to paint up some raptors at some point. These guys, the Executioners, I want to base a little... I'm not going to call it a custom chapter, but I want to sort of basically do some sort of variant of the Executioners at some point this year once we can get back into the painting studio. So that's very tempting. Lamenters, I don't know, this could be a very tempting thing. These are all ebooks, unfortunately, which is not my favorite thing to read, as I look at the screen too much as it is. So anything to get away from a screen is a good thing, which is why I like to read so many books. But this one I may end up getting it. This could be quite interesting. Let me know in the comments below if ebooks are for you or not. And we have officially licensed Wicked Brick display cases. An amazing paint job deserves the best protection, and Wicked Brick's display cases are the best way to show off and defend your precious miniatures. These will come in 30 different sizes to accommodate everything from a single infantry model to a reasonably sized force, with optional backgrounds and plaques to give them even more pizzazz. Look out for more information about these later during the week. Okay then, so these are acrylic boxes. Righty ho. Okay, that's definitely a thing. There's Warhammer Plus stuff, which we don't really look at. And then we just scroll to the top like that and wonder what, if anything, we're going to get from these box sets. Folks, do let me know. I would like to be told by you if any of this is remotely interesting. Personally, the Kill Team one is tempting for me, specifically for the Night Lords. However, I may just hold out to get them separately. So it's basically going to come down to price. It's going to come down to price, unfortunately, as it always does, on how soon I get that Night Lord Kill Team. But potentially the Gnomes. I think, if anything, the Gnomes are going to be the purchase for me if we do it. Has any of it sort of tickled your fancies, etc.? Do let me know. Don't forget to, potentially, if you're within the UK, use my Element Games affiliate link. It will take you to Element Games, where you can potentially order these things if you wish to support the channel. And obviously it's an affiliate link, so I do get a tiny bit of money, but it doesn't cost you any excess or anything extra to use that link, but just for transparency's sake, etc. I will be releasing another video this week. Hopefully I have some more old footage of some other painting things going on as well. But the studio is now being worked on, electricity-wise. It looks like we're going to get the plans going to be approved. We just need to spend another £600 to get an official letter from a structural engineer, which is great. So that's all I got to say. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. And goodbye.